So as I think about forgiveness today, I wonder where you've been wounded. Jesus, it was in his hands. When they saw the hands, they realized this is not an impersonator. This is not an imposter. They had to see something. They had to see something that let them know what he went through. And you keep trying to prove God's presence by your successes. But when it came time for Jesus Christ, the Son of God, to prove his presence, he said, look where the nails were. See my hands? See where they drove the spikes between the bones so they would not break, so that it would support the weight of my body long enough for me to suffocate? See, it killed me, but I didn't stay dead. It broke me, but I am now whole. I was dead, now I'm alive. See, my scars tell a story. I'm not ashamed to show my scars. Christianity is not cosmetic surgery so you can hide what you've been through to try to get people to think you're perfect. Christianity, Jesus Christ, didn't come to conceal the pain. He came to reveal his glory, and he showed it in his scars. But there was one. God is always looking for the one who wasn't there. And the Bible tells us that even though the 11 minus Judas got to see him, there was one who wasn't there named Thomas. Can I talk about Thomas for 1 minute? Let me teach you about Thomas. Oh man, Thomas, he gets a bad rap. They call him in the church, they call him Doubting Thomas. Have you ever heard this before? Doubting Thomas, because church people will label Doubting Thomas, Adultery Annie. I'll stop right there. Some things going through my head that would have to be edited out for YouTube. Because life will label you by what you did. And the Bible gives us a little, only John tells us this, because John had this sensitivity to him. When you read his gospel, he tells you things other people don't mention. He said, now Thomas, also known as Didymus. I mean, if we've just got to label Thomas a doubter, can we at least call him Doubting Didymus? Because the alliteration works much better. Doubting Didymus. The Bible says that Doubting Diddy, one of the 12, was not with. Somebody say, he wasn't there. So now Jesus and Thomas got something in common. When they went to look for Jesus' dead body, he wasn't there. When Jesus showed up alive and resurrected, Thomas wasn't there. And Thomas wasn't there. The Bible doesn't say why he wasn't there. I've always heard it preached like he wasn't there because he didn't have enough faith to be there. But the boys inside had the doors locked. They weren't any better. So if we're going to give out nicknames, let's talk about Simon Peter inside with the doors locked. How about Scaredy Cat Simon Peter? Scaredy Simon. How about Locked Door Levi? Lock 'em up Levi. And Doubting Diddy. And we all have doubts. That's what I'm trying to say. We all have scars. We all have dysfunction. You might have long sleeves, but if I could roll up your sleeves, you've been through something. You struggle with something. Your wife may not know it, but God does. I gotta hurry. I'm getting really indulgent, and I gotta get you out of here because the next crowd's coming in. Somebody say nails. Nails. Nails, nails. So the other disciple told him, we have seen the Lord. But Thomas said, this is why they call him Doubting Thomas. I call him Honest Thomas. I don't call him Doubting Thomas. I call him Honest Thomas. Truthful Thomas. Because Thomas is like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it off what you said. I need to see for myself. I got to see Jesus for myself. This has to be real to me. So, hey, unless I see the nail marks in his hands, unless I see where he suffered, I will not believe in his glory. And unless I put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I won't believe. Watch Jesus. Now I want to point out one thing in verse 26. Look at it. 7 days later, a week later, 7 miles, 7 days. God will leave you in a space where you don't understand to create faith in your heart. So Thomas says, I need to see the scars. Jesus could have showed up on the spot. He waited 7 days. Jesus could have walked up to Cleo and said, see my scars, it's me. But sometimes he wants to let you walk and wonder and walk and wonder, not because he doesn't love you, but because if your faith needs an explanation, it cannot sustain the trials of life. So he waits 7 days. Y'all help me preach this. He waits 7 days. Have you ever had to wait 7 days? Have you ever had to wait through a custody battle? Have you ever had to wait to see if this is ever going to feel better? Have you ever had to wait through pain, wait through depression, wait through anxiety attacks, wait through bad reports, wait through a newscast? Have you ever had to wait? A waiting period. And then when Jesus shows up a week later, 7. Everybody say 7. 7 days, 7 miles. 7 days, 7 miles. It's the number of completion. And then Jesus shows up. Maybe just at that point where Thomas is tired of waiting. And the disciples were in the house again. And Thomas, this time, was there. And Jesus walks in. Look at the next part. Though the doors were locked. They still locked the doors. Still scared, but they stayed. Still scared, but they stayed. I still got some addictions, but I'm in church today. God can work with that. I'm still on the road. I don't get it, but I'm still. And this time Thomas was there. He's not gonna miss it this time. And Jesus came in, stood among them and said, peace. Watch what comes next. Yo, Tommy. Hey, Diddy. Hey, Honest Thomas. I heard you wanted to see my scars. Now, this is important. Put your finger here. Where? Where the nails were. Isn't that what you needed to see, Thomas? Where the nails were. Now notice something. He didn't say where the nails are. Yo, Tommy, I'm back from the grave. And I need you to see something. Look, Thomas, no more nails. Look, Thomas, they're not here. Put your finger where the sin was. Put your finger where the shame was. Put your finger where they tried to crucify the creator of the world.